What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today we're going to talk about the latest patch to Advanced Warfare, going over some of the most important patch notes and also some important weapon buffs which happened. And of course, these have been talked about for a while on Twitter through Sledgehammer, and they've been kind of like teasing some weapons that should be getting buffed soon. And we finally actually got those changes implemented in game. So I'm going to be going over those patch notes and talking about what's changed and what's important and what's actually happened to some of these weapons, because it's some interesting stuff. So as always, if you enjoy the video, then give it a like rating and make sure you stay up to date with the latest Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare news by following me on Twitter in the description and also subscribing to this channel right here so you don't miss out on any of the latest news. So firstly, we're going to cover the basic improvements. These are very vague in general. They're connectivity and matchmaking. They kind of do this in most updates. They seem to do some sort of improvements to the matchmaking and connectivity to make the experience generally a bit better, but they're very vague and just kind of don't really do all that much. We don't know exactly how much they're affecting the game, but they're in there as well. They also fixed a frame rate drop issue which occurred in multiplayer maps. Now this appears to be an issue that's been going on for a long time. There are some areas of maps which did have frame rate issues. You'd go over there and the frames would drop and they just kind of like these very buggy areas in the map, and those appear to be fixed. So hopefully that's all done and dusted and we don't have to worry about those anymore. Now onto the actual weapon buffs. This is the interesting stuff. What they've done is a numerous set of weapons that they've just increased them. A buff is to make a weapon better, so they've essentially made weapons a lot better and made some of the weaker weapons that didn't really compete with some of the best ones made a little bit more competitive. So the first change is to 3 of the pistols, and this of course includes the PW, the MP44-3 Gruck and the Atlas 45. So 3 of the very weak pistols, and of course excluding the RW1 and the M1 irons. So what's actually happened to these pistols is that they got max damage increase and also their max range increase. The max damage is actually quite a big deal for most of them. It used to be a 4-shot kill at close range, and that would drop off to 5, even 6-shot kills at the furthest ranges. But now all the pistols will be a 3-shot kill at the closest ranges, and then it will be a 4-shot kill at mid-range, and of course it will drift off later on. But they're basically, their up-close damage has been increased, and also the damage doesn't drop off as much. So the pistols are a lot more lethal, and they're going to kill in roughly around 1 bullet quicker than they used to do. So now they're a lot more competitive. So essentially they made the pistols a lot more powerful and do a lot more damage. So that's how they've been changed, and those are 3 of the pistols. In terms of some other weapons, they've also increased the lethality of the crossbow, made it a lot more of an easy weapon to use, which I think is very good. The crossbow is always a very, very bad weapon in Advanced Warfare, like a lot worse than it's always been in older COD games, and really hard to use by itself. But what they've done is they've decreased the reload time, so it now reloads a little bit quicker. You're going to be able to put each bolt into the actual thing a lot quicker now. It's roughly been increased by around a second, so that's a lot of a fast reload, and it's almost like having sleight of hand built into this thing. So that's definitely a lot of an improvement over how it used to be. And on top of that, they've also increased the velocity and the actual projectile speed of the crossbow, so it now travels faster, it travels further, and it's not going to drop off as easy as it used to, because the thing used to really just not travel far at all. If you're trying to hit someone far away or going into a building, you have to aim it really high, and the thing just would not have much speed. But now it's going to have an increased projectile speed, so the crossbow is a little bit easier to use. They've also done another weapon, which is the MORS, the sniper rifle that we all know and love, and they've actually increased the damage modifier on the upper arm hitbox. So the hitbox used to be a 1x modifier, but now it's a 1.1, so now it's going to do a little bit more damage. The modifier has been increased slightly, so essentially I'm guessing that they didn't really think the sniper did enough damage at the arms, but now it's been increased if you hit the upper arm. So the upper arm hitbox has been increased, and that's what's happened with the MORS. That's how it's been buffed. There's also some weapons that were buffed which they didn't include in their patch notes, which was kind of odd, but they often do that. They have these secret changes which they do and they implement in the game, and those are a buff of the SAC-3 singles. They decreased the view kicks, they made that a little bit less of a pain when you kind of like rolling around everywhere, so it's basically a little bit more accurate. And also the M1 irons, the royalty, its starting ammo is now 72, so I guess that wasn't in line with what they thought it should be, and they increased it from 60 to 72, so now the M1 irons is a little bit more ammo in its reserve. And also the MP11, it also has a range buff, which is interesting. Of course, that's a very interesting submachine gun. It's probably lagging a little bit behind the KF5 and the ASM1, of course, but they've increased the range of the MP11, so those are some kind of secret things they did to the game. They also fixed a bunch of our map exploits, preventing people from going out of the map, and also players getting stuck in certain areas. The general bug fixes. If you want to see the full patch notes, I'll leave those in the description for you to read every single bug. Let me know in the comment section if there's any weapons that you think still should be buffed or nerfed. I'd be interested to see if you think Advanced Warfare weapons still need any balancing. Of course, DLC 4 should be coming out in the next month or so, and of course you should be expecting some announcements that very, very soon, so stay tuned right here on the channel for any updates on that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Give a like rating if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one.